This is the Daily Habit, and today's show is Top Shelf. Hardcore Dogtown Renaissance man Bart Saric is here to talk about his upcoming skate videos and his new company, Skater Made. And the owner of Sacrifice Skateboards, Rene Morales, will join us in the studio to give us some insight into Sacrifice's Por Vida. Plus, musical guest Simple Kid brings some hippie electronica to the habit by way of Cork, Ireland. All that, so much more coming up next. Welcome, everyone. It's the Daily Habit. How's it going? Pat Parnell here, and joined by Bart Saric. Welcome back to the show.
Pleasure.
Last time you were on the show, kind of full house, right? You had
yeah.
Was it dress and everyone? Pastor's was man in the helm.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. I felt a little intimidated with all the legends.
Couldn't get a word in edgewise. Hopefully today we'll give you a little more time.
All good.
So
I always like hearing stories.
How have things been going on lately?
Great, nonstop. You know, one thing after another, juggling the chaos like a circus monkey, but all good.
You're owning it, right? Yeah. You bring
as much as I can.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Let's get right to it. 29.5 seconds of satisfaction. Bart doing his deal. Check it out. There it is, 29.5 seconds of satisfaction. Some good clips there.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Por Vida just came out. How was that whole experience? Obviously,
it was
kind of a labor of love, right?
Yeah, always. I mean, with the skateboard stuff, it seems that way always because it's like the mafia, man. I always get dragged in. But really, though, I'm super stoked to work with the team that I got to work with, and you know, Rene's got a whole fleet of these young, hungry guys, and it just made the job easier for me because they came to the plate and they came with footage and they came, they made the time to make it happen. So it made my job easier.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I was stoked.
It seems like too, much like kind of we'll get into Smell the Creek too, but kind of Por Vida also has kind of a broad reach, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in terms of the team, in terms of
you got a little bit of everything,
right?
For sure. You got you get care of the old guys with all the bowl skating and stuff, and you pepper it in with the new guys in the street tech. I mean, just the whole new fleet that's, for the first time since I was a Grom, I'm seeing kids with the whole package. Like,
hey, isn't that awesome to see young guys that can literally like kill it in the pool, kill the rails, like, and no matter what the transition, like they're into it. There's not this division anymore, right?
Yeah, that's the way I grew up. I grew up looking up to all those guys, and the pros that I skated with, they skated everything. Everything was game, just kind of like art, man. It's all medium, so attack.
Yeah. So before we get into Smell the Creek 2, which I have a couple questions, talk about like your background. You're very diverse. I mean, from being an artist, skater, filmer, right? You kind of like cover broad reach, right?
Yeah, they all, I mean, kind of like the skating everything, like in art, it's like make art out of it, everything. So they're all little things that, jobs that I acquired or passions that I worked toward, and then acquired jobs in the profession out of.
And I know people have seen some of your stuff like in skater-based things like Skateboard Mag and stuff, the art, but you did some stuff on Futurama, which I was pretty stoked to find out. I mean, doing animation, that's like on like a crazy another level.
Yeah, and it's almost like a subliminal dream that kind of came true in a way, because I've always admired animation. I've always loved it. I always loved the storytelling, and I love Japanimation, still as an adult and all that. So to work on something on that grainy scale was pretty honorable. I was honored to be a part of that, and it was what I call my my part-time career for 7 years.
Interesting chapter. I think even better storytelling. Smell the Creek 2. I saw the trailer. That's like some like diverse stuff we were talking about Por Vida, but like that has to be like a lot of work and kind of storytelling in terms of trying to get the message across, right?
Well, like what you said before, passions.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like the final word I'm gonna really have to say about skating as far as that passion of my life. Yeah. And I really want to convey through my eyes and through the people that I admire and skate with and look up to, and also the young up-and-comers that I'm just kind of blown away by.
What are some of like the parts that steal it? It's going to be coming out when? In give or take a couple months, right?
I want to say February, but,
Okay,
but realistically, it's probably going to be spring.
What's been more challenging, running like say Skater Made or like the video side of things? What takes up more of your time nowadays?
It depends how much, it depends how much luck and how much fluidity I can get. When I can get in a groove, I can knock out both at the same time. I can multitask. But, when you're hitting walls with one or the other, it's kind of like you lean toward one more.
Yeah.
And I try to keep it organic and flow in that kind of respect.
Yeah, well, it's good to see success on the video side, but also, great response to all the decks as well.
Yes,
so.
Thanks to everybody that's a part of that too, because
you were a little ahead of your time, but now it's like coming full circle, so we're cool to see that. Yeah, you stick around? Come back later in the show?
Yeah.
All right. Right now we're going to check in with Brian Patch. He talks about one of his closest shaves. This is good stuff.
Brian.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Daily Habit. Here with Bart Saric, now joined by Rene Morales, and we start right off the top with some interesting habit-forming trivia. True? Sold all those things?
Yeah, true. I had been collecting them for years. My mom owned antique shops, and I needed the money.
Yeah, and you haven't changed. You still you're a collector.
Oh, yeah, I still have a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
And that's how Sacrifice Skateboard started. I want to get right into it. Kind of doing decks now, pretty big team, and coming off success from Por Vida, right?
Yeah, Por Vida is our new film. We just finished. Bart did all the editing for it and filmed some of it for it. Yeah. So it's a great new film, you know what I mean?
And for the record, editing, thankless job, right? So, yeah, it's a thing. You're in there.
In the dark.
Let's 29.5 seconds satisfaction. Check it out. Here it is. There it is, 29.5 seconds satisfaction. Good little mix of bonuses in there. It's always
yeah, I got to old school, new school. Mix it up on this one.
So let's talk about some of the new school. Some of the guys you were talking about how you're get amped by some of the younger guys. Who are some of the new young guys to the mix that you guys are stoked about?
Rene, take it away.
Brendan Keavy, Connor Getzlaff, Peacock, Jeff Garcia. They're all real young guys that are real hungry. And they're just willing to go out there and break themselves off.
You have that in the mix, but Bart's still holding it down on his.
Bart is actually the only original Sacrifice team rider from when the company first started. Bart's the last guy on there. Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. I feel old now.
Yeah. How long have you guys known each other?
Going on 9 years.
9 years. I'm gonna say even longer a little bit. Maybe it seems like longer.
Feels like sometimes.
We're like brothers from different mothers.
Yeah.
In some ways, so.
Yeah. But in a good way.
Yeah.
He does the editing and all that. So what about some of the challenges with doing Por Vida? Any?
It's funny. In Through the Art Door was our first film, and that was a big hit, and we won Exxon's Film Festival and all that, and it was good. It was good, but I wanted to take it back to the roots, and I knew that Bart was the man to do that because Bart's the way he does his films, it's real raw, you know what I mean? But at the same time, there's little secret hidden messages in it and stuff, and
if you play it backwards, it says things, right?
It does say things, yeah, dude.
Makes you skate harder.
Adjust the tracking if you can get a hold of VHS.
It says skate harder backwards.
It says skate like the devil's chasing you.
Find pools.
What about it? It seems like, were you guys also kind of mutually responsible for the size decks? It seems like you were kind of ahead of the curve with that.
When I started Sacrifice in '99, at the time, no one was making 8.5. This deck's an 8.5 right here. And with the 15-inch wheelbase, and nobody was doing that. Everything was 7.5, 7.75. And I remember I'd go around to shops and stuff, and they would just tell me, no way, this is ridiculous. It's a horse. No one's going to want to ride this, you know? And it was really hard at first, you know?
But it seems like with the shift and kind of the people have kind of, I don't know, opened their minds a little bit more, and with the success of concrete parks everywhere, people are going to a little bit bigger board. And then you have the older generation.
These boards actually get sold more to kids now than it does the older guys.
Because it's that maybe middle, they don't want to commit to like I don't know.
You can ride it on, it's still a popsicle stick, so it's still functional shape, but you can ride it on vert, street, parks, pools, ditches, whatever you want.
I think basically like cater, you got to cater to the bigger guy.
Yeah.
You got all these little guys and they got these trendy, popsicle sticks, man. 6'4" guys. I mean, there's only one guy that I really saw kill it on a small board back in the day, Neil Blender, but it was just like, how's this 6-foot dude skate on this little board? Most guys can't do it, so it's like break it open and let everybody have some fun.
It's interesting, though, how full circle you mentioned guys like Neil Blender and the type of all-terrain. You guys have seen it go through street plants, like some bad eras in skating.
Hey, street plants were cool,
No,
man.
I don't know.
Street plants were cool.
You wanted to make a shout out to Steve Schneer?
Gimmicks, all that stuff, yeah.
Steve Schneer.
No, but it's like, but the fact that you have like the young kids, maybe it would be the San Diego crew or up here, it's like in your video, it's like they definitely young kids that kind of get it, like all terrain, right?
Yeah, that's where it is now. That's where skateboarding is now. It's you have to be able to skate everything.
Yeah.
It's finally come back around too. It's like those circles that just come back. You know, they get sidetracked. Okay, we're just doing this. We're just doing. Then they just realize, man, it's on.
You know, but when Bart and I were kids, it was you were just a skateboarder, and if you found another skateboarder, it was a big deal because not that many people skateboarded. And then in the '90s, it kind of got into these cliques where I only ride street, I only skate pools, and now it's gone back to, hey, we're just all skateboarders together. And that's really good. It's a blessing.
To skate, I got this killer bank over here. Okay, let's go.
A lot of soldiers out there. And real quick before we go to break, Por Vida Deuce or Dose. Can we expect what's the next project?
Yeah, actually, we're filming right now for another video. It's not going to be called Por Vida. It's going to be something else, but it's going to be good, though. It's going to be good.
You guys both stick around, subject you to the Daily Dubs?
Yeah,
Definitely.
we got the deal.
Okay, good stuff. Right now we check in with Daily Habit journalist Chris Fairbanks. Recently went to Dogtown's Greenhouse Effects fundraiser, which is a part art party.
Yeah,
Check it out. Here it is. Yeah. Welcome back, everyone, to the Daily Habit here with Rene Morales and Bart Saric. And seeing that I got a deck in my hand, it can only mean one thing. You guys ready for some who, what, when, why, and where? We affectionately call it the Daily Dubs. First one up, Rene, as the owner of Sacrifice Skateboards. You've seen so many boards, but some have more significance than others. What is so special about your baby egg head Grosso deck, which I'm holding right here?
1986, man, I was able to get in on a private session at Fields Ramp in Alhambra, which was one of the better ramps around my time. And after the session, when everyone left, it was like Spidey, Grosso, Nash. The board was on the floor, and they said I could have it, so I took it.
And that is correct, you guys. Could drop that off with Grosso in Newport, but I'm gonna let you keep it. So
yeah, don't tell Grosso, man.
Speaking of boards, Bart, you're known for creating some great graphics for skaters, and I think we've got photos of a couple. What was the inspiration behind the Z-Cult coffin graphic? Very cool graphic, by the way.
Jesse Martinez wanted to do a coffin-shaped board that was scaled more like a true coffin. And it only made sense to throw an old, decrepit Z-Boy in there. And that's basically how it came up.
We checked. That is correct. You guys okay? Okay, this is an interesting one. Who is the hothead in this illustration?
The name under the bar, I'll give it away, but Eric Dressen.
That is also correct. 2 for 2. We make it easy. Now, finally, what do you guys got coming up? Vids, team, trips, boards, anything?
We got, right now, Dave Nelson has a pro model on us. It's a custom shape, semi-square tail, really rad. We're working on the new video right now that should be out probably sometime next year. With Bart doing the editing again and helping me out with the film.
Of course.
Bart.
Yeah.
And then I got Smell the Creek coming out. Hopefully spring will be the launch, so that'll be my last independent epic. And then I got some guest pro models coming out. Eric Dressen will be the next one. The next one after that, check in on the site, skatermade.com. Stay posted.
Totally appreciate you guys coming in.
Thanks a lot.
Enjoyed it
Great.
for sure.
Thank you, Pat.
Also want to thank today's musical guest, Simple Kid, and we will see you next time.